thank you for your patience on our technical difficulties.
And maybe Christian, before we start, maybe just let everybody know it's really, really critical to speak into the microphone. So it's not so much that the room can hear us, it's our secretary, because she actually has to take the minutes. And so when it's missed, when she's going back through it, it's very, very problematic. So thank you all very much.
Okay, it's live on YouTube.
Good morning. This meeting of the Windward Planning Commission will now come to order. It is Thursday, June 2nd, 2022. The time is 9:03 a.m. This meeting is streamed live on YouTube. I'll begin by introducing our commissioners. Commissioner Gilbert Aguinaldo.
Aloha, good morning.
Commissioner Lauren Baylock.
Good morning.
Commissioner Louis Daniel.
Good morning.
Commissioner Wayne Deleuze is absent and excused. Commissioner Dennis Smith.
Good morning.
And I am Vice Chair Michelle Galinda. I'd like to introduce the staff. Deputy Corporation Counsel Cody Friends. Deputy Corporation Counsel Jean Campbell. Planning Director Zendo Kern.
Good morning.
Planner Jessica Andrews. Oh. Planner Christian Kay. Planner Clinton Marcado. Commission Secretary Melissa Dakayanan Salvador. For housekeeping, if there's anyone who would like to testify, please fill out the yellow sign-up form on the back table and submit it to staff. Also, if you have any written testimony to any of the agenda items, please submit it to staff. Please make sure your cell phones are turned off or in silent mode. To all of us who are attending here in person, please remember to pick up your microphone when you speak and speak directly into the mic so that your statements can be recorded and transcribed. I'd like to start with the approval of the minutes. The minutes from the May 5th, 2022 meeting have been circulated. Are there any corrections? Hearing none, may I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Nen and Danielle. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Minutes of the May 5th meeting are approved as submitted. We'll now move on to statements from the public on agenda items. So let's start with the in-person. Amanda Mandel. To all testifiers, please try to summarize your testimony within 3 minutes and not be repetitive. If you have submitted written testimony, please do not simply reread it, but supplement or update your written testimony. Staff will notify you at 1 minute left and when 3 minutes are up. After your testimony, the commissioners may have questions. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth in this matter now before the planning commission?
Yes, I do.
Please begin your testimony with your name and the town you live in and speak clearly into the microphone.
My name is Amanda Crandall, and I live in Curtistown, Hawaii. I'm also an advanced practice registered nurse, a nurse practitioner, and I work in primary care in the Puna area. And I've been asked by Ms. Bath to share my experiences with you and also my testimony. It's my pleasure to support her in what she's trying to do to bring support to primary care in East Hawaii. I'm a little bit nervous, apologize. I'm fairly new in the community. I've practiced here for almost a year. When I arrived on island, I was very struck by the fact that there's a dearth of primary care here. There's a real need for support, especially on our side of the island, for primary care issues. I found an average wait time to establish primary care in our community to be about 4 to 6 months, just even to establish care. And I've noticed that a lot of people are having difficulty keeping primary care providers because they don't stay on island very long. So it goes without saying that robust primary care is very important to the health and wellness of any community. Considering all of the unique challenges that we have in our area, in our community, to provide good quality primary care support, I feel like I'm grateful for the services that Mrs. Bath provides as a licensed massage therapist. I feel that the work that she's doing to expand health and wellness support on our island is extremely important. I admire and wholeheartedly support the vision that Ms. Bath has for providing needed healthcare support to our community members through her massage therapy treatment center. Thank you. So, as a primary care provider actively practicing in Puna, I feel it's essential to have trusted, capable professionals such as Ms. Bath to refer my patients to for support and treatment of various ailments and injuries. The work that Ms. Bath does for her massage therapy practice is vital to supporting wellness in Puna and surrounding areas. Massage therapy is one of the non-pharmacological approaches to the treatment of chronic pain, musculoskeletal ailments and injuries, and rehabilitation that have proven clinical benefits. The American College of Physician Guidelines for Primary Care specifically recommend such approaches to be considered in the treatment of many commonly seen clinical cases. In my own personal practice, I often refer and write orders for massage therapy.
Please wrap up this friend.
Okay. According to the American Massage Therapy Association, 73% of patients who receive massage do so as part of a medical treatment plan ordered by a doctor or other healthcare provider. This statistic reflects the fact that massage therapy, such as the services planned by Ms. Bath for her new treatment facility, is an integral part of health and wellness in a community. I urge you to facilitate her practice by granting her any necessary permissions to operate her business in Hawaii. Thank you very much for the time.
Commissioners, do you have any questions for Ms. Crandall? Thank you very much. So I'd like to call on the two testifiers on Zoom, Tracy Camaro and Bob Douglas. If I could swear you both in. Oh, just Bob. Oh. Okay, just Bob. If you could turn your camera on, Bob, that would be great if possible.
Hi, I think my name was called.
Yes, hi, Bob. I need to swear you in first.
Okay,
So raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth on this matter now before the Planning Commission?
I swear to tell the truth
Thank
before the
you.
Planning Commission.
With your name and the town you live in.
My name is Bob Douglas and I live in Panaeva or Hilo.
Please go ahead.
Okay. So Yamada is scheduled to reimburse the state at 65 cents a ton when base course is being sold on the open market at $25 a ton. My question is how has this price been determined? And shouldn't the taxpayers be protected from price increases instead of relying upon a 10-year revisit of this price. The price should be tied to the commodity index or to inflation on an annual basis, not a decade basis. Second point, as this lease is on DHHL land, well, it's not really a lease, it's a contract on a lease from the state. There should be a stipulation added that no minerals that are extracted from the DHHL lands be used for TMT or TIO contractors or subcontractors to the construction of TMT. These are Hawaiian lands, and allowing TMT to use minerals from these lands is adding insult to injury, as most Hawaiians are against TMT. If TMT must use those materials, it should be put to a referendum to the residents of DHHL lands. So any pre-existing contracts with TMT and TIO must be canceled for delivery of materials. When on operational hours must be curtailed between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. For the simple fact that if TMT does get their way, that they will have to have an accelerated production schedule, and they will force Yamada and Sons into an extended schedule, impacting the residents of three DHHL Hawaiian communities. Next point is the Hawaiian hoary bat is an endangered species, and they must respect the lighting, the quiet times, and no use of barbed wire, and that includes on pre-existing facilities. In regards to the previously mined area, DHHL or Yamada Sons must ensure that the area is maintained free of albizia trees, and the property must be restored to the prior Pana Eva natural endemic species that grew there. The Hilo air quality station monitoring is located across from the hospital. It is too far from this area to make accurate measurements. Furthermore, the current station does not measure particulate composition. We need air monitoring closer to detect and measure basalt and silica dust. Basalt is a class 1 carcinogen. Silica causes silicosis, so these are health issues. The next point is all Yamada mining equipment and stations must be outfitted with air conditioning and HEPA filters to protect the workers. All Yamada trucks must be hosed down prior to traveling on any county roads to protect the citizens and the workers that are using the rubbish site. Signs must be posted in the area.
Mr. Douglas, please summarize your thoughts, okay? You have 3 minutes, so just try to summarize your thoughts.
I've only got one more point. Signs must be posted in the area, including the dump, stating that the area is subject to basalt and silica dust. Keep windows up and AC on in recirculating mode. Last point is, I'm not sure who should be determining this, but when the winds reach a certain speed, operations must be shut down so the dust does not kick up. And that's my testimony. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Douglas. Commissioners, do you have any questions for Mr. Douglas? Thank you very much. No questions for you.
Thank you. Mahalo.
Commissioners, I need a motion to close the public testimony.
So moved. Second.
It has been moved by Commissioner Lin and seconded by Commissioner Aguinaldo to close the public testimony. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Public testimony is closed. To the testifier on Zoom, now that public testimony is closed, the host will log you out of the Zoom platform and you may observe the meeting on YouTube. You can find the URL address and link on the agenda and the county website calendar. We'll now move on to new business. Our first item of business is applicant Stephanie Bath, PLSPP 2022-000010. Application for a special permit to allow a home occupation for a massage therapy establishment on a 3.0 acre property in the state land use agricultural district. The subject property is located at 16-2059 Lowell Road, approximately 0.37 miles from its intersection with Ale Road, Hawaiian Acres, Ke'au, Puna, Hawaii, TMK 31-6-045007. We'll start with a staff presentation by Jessica Andrews.
Just going to be 1 minute while we share the screen to Zoom. I'll be with you momentarily. Tracy, can you see that on your end?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen. Good morning, commissioners, chair, vice chair, Dr. Kern. Good morning, everyone. It's nice to be back in person and see everyone's faces. I'm presenting an application for a special permit for Roy and Stephanie Bath. Thanks for your patience while we get everything running here. Okay, this is the location map for the subject property, and the subject property is shown with the red dot there. It's in Hawaiian Acres. The applicants are requesting a special permit to allow a home occupation for a massage therapy establishment on approximately 5,720 square feet of a larger 3-acre property in the state land use agricultural district. As part of the special permit application, the applicants are requesting to allow a home occupation for a massage therapy establishment within a 68.8 square foot portion of an existing single-story 688 square foot dwelling that's under construction on the subject property. The dwelling consists of 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a living room, kitchen, plus a 96 square foot covered lanai. The applicants are proposing to convert the smaller 68.8 square foot bedroom into the area for the massage therapy home occupation use. Other components of the project include the existing driveway and a proposed parking area for a total 5,720 square foot permit area. The applicants do not intend to hire any additional employees, and hours of operation will be limited to between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday by appointment only. Occasional Saturday appointments will be scheduled to accommodate clients unable to schedule during weekday business hours. The applicants anticipate from 0 to 5 clients per day. And the applicants intend to complete the permitting process for the proposed home occupation by August of 2022 and will complete construction of the dwelling thereafter. This shows the county zoning, and as you see, the subject property outlined in red is zoned agricultural 3 acres, A3A, as is the entire surrounding area. And the state land use boundary designates this as agricultural. And the general plan LUPAG, which is the land use pattern allocation guide, designates this property and the area as extensive agricultural, or EA. Here is the applicant's proposed site plan. This shows the subject property. It's a long, narrow parcel, and the existing residence, see if this pointer will work, is here, right about in the center of the property, and the driveway is down the left side out to Moho Road, which is here. The applicant's floor plan shows the revision on the upper right side, which would modify this existing bedroom, the smaller bedroom, as the home occupation. So the 68.8 square feet that was referred to previously is this smaller of the two bedrooms in the existing structure. This is the aerial photograph of the subject property, and you see the whole parcel on the left and the blow-up portion with the driveway and the existing structure with the dwelling here. And this is Moho Road. This is, these are some views of the property. So you see looking from Moho Road on the left in down the existing drive up to the house that is under construction, and that's shown on the right side. And the proposed area for parking is here on the left side of the structure. This is a view of Moho Road. This is the access road. This on the left, that is looking to the southeast, with the driveway is about accessed here. And then on the right side, this is the drive into the subject parcel right about there. And this is looking to the northwest down Moho Road, and that right about here on the property, or on the, sorry, on the road, is where it turns into a paved road. So the planning director's recommendation is approval of the requested special permit. And I did want to mention that there were a couple items, a couple documents that were forwarded to the commissioners that you should have received. They include the applicant's request for revised conditions, and agency comments that was mistakenly not included in the background. I think it was DEM comments, and additional public testimony that was received after the report was finalized. And I'll hand it over to the chair.
Thank you. May I please have the applicants come back to the table? Please raise your right hand so I can swear you in. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth in this matter now before the Windward Planning Commission? Please state your name and the town that you live in.
Tiffany Bath, Kurdistan.
Roy Bass, Kurdistan.
Thank you. Also, have you received the background and recommendation reports from the planning department?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you agree with the planning director's recommendations, including the proposed conditions?
Yes, we would like to amend a couple of those.
Yeah, that's fine. Please go ahead with your presentation.
Aloha Kako. First of all, thanks for your service on the commission. And I wanted to mahalo Jessica Andrews, especially for the work she's done in assisting the Epic system has been in transition, and in Curtistown, the signals aren't always great, and Jessica was really great in doing her job, and I'm gonna thank her. When I was a little kid, my mother had a beautiful voice, and she used to sing show music. And when she was going about her chores, and one of the songs that she sang was from Sound of Music, and I remember the lyrics. I won't say it to you, I'll straight it out, but climb every mountain, forge every stream, follow every rainbow till you find your dream. When I arrived in Hawaii 41 years ago, a lot of that was achieved. One of the things that I wanted to do is to create a place out in our community to be able to deliver the level of service that's sorely lacking. And it just so happened that 7 years ago, I got hit by and then run over by a truck. And I was pretty much debilitated. And I realized then, if it weren't for dear friends that assisted me, the healing process would have been a whole lot harder. But I realized is everything's a healer. Everything is a healer. And long story short, we acquired a parcel, and what was a dream actually is a vision that's being realized that I'm really excited about now. And I really want to thank Director Kern for the favorable recommendation, because it's a sorely needed healthcare service within the community. Hilo for so many years has been taking the brunt of people from everywhere coming into the community, using the infrastructure, using the services. With the growth, we saw in the census that the growth in Hilo is off the charts and growing. And so I'm really excited about providing a super low-key level of service to our community. And I would ask for favorable recommendation. Roy and I are here today to answer any questions or concerns you might have. As far as the recommendations, I have clients that work in Hilo, and if my hours are from 8 to 5, it's not practical. It's unreasonable to think that they're able to come. When I'm doing home health, I have to go through that traffic and sometimes wait for them to get home before I can provide that home health now. So I've asked for an amendment on that from 7 to 7. I doubt very much as I'm going to be using those hours every day. The other thing was the signage, a wayfinder sign was recommended. A 12 by 18-inch sign isn't really going to cut it because we have to inset it onto the parcel. You saw the gate, the picture of the gate, we wanted to put it there. So I wanted to work with planning and design something that's nice. And it's small enough, but is reasonable enough that people won't be driving down other people's parcels. So we're here to quench any of the embers in your mind that might make you apprehensive and wanting to grant this. Roy will answer the questions regarding agricultural use, and I'll focus on the NAE.
My wife had a practice in Europe for 35 years until she was running. She was unable to come in here. She still, although she's healed herself, she still has partial PTSD and doesn't drive too much. And to be able to walk to work would be a blessing.
And the bigger blessing is for the Helena bus service to continue. They're doing a great job so that people can access, but I'm doing okay.
Thank you. Commissioners, do you have any questions for the applicants or staff? Go ahead, Commissioner.
Thank you. More question for Zendo, Director Kern, or the planning staff regarding the sign. If the applicant provides a sketch or a mock-up, is it under your discretion or is it the planning commission's discretion?
Right now, the planning commission will be making the decision on the size of sign and location. So I think it's a conversation that we should get into. At this point, I'd probably ask any questions and then move into the motion discussion about this.
Seeing no other questions, commissioners, we need a motion made and seconded before we can discuss. May I hear a motion for action?
I'd like to make a motion. Second. Hold on, Commissioner, I'll be back. I move that the application for special permit docket number 2022-010 be approved with the applicant's amendment for condition on hours and signage. Which shall be adopted.
Thank you, Commissioner Lim.
Then I second.
Thank you, Commissioner Aguinaldo. Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Commissioners, any discussion on the motion?
Now I'd like to ask about the sign.
Please go ahead, Commissioner Lim.
What size are you looking at, Ms. Beth?
Yeah, that's a good question. Because I want to do something aesthetic, I have a friend that actually sliced at an angle albizia and made really nice signs out of the albizia. And I wanted to work with her. My goal is to make it as small as we can. I'd like to include Stephanie Mack, licensed massage therapist, with by appointment only is super important, because I don't like people driving down the driveway, you know, criminals just checking around, or just people coming down along the session. Visualizing maybe something about this big, I mean, that big, because 2 inches looks readable, right? A regular sign. Not to exceed 2 feet long by 18 inches. And then of the sign from the canopy around the office, it wouldn't be included in the sign. Is that workable? About this thick.
Ms. Beth, can you please speak into?
Oh, I'm sorry. 24 by 18, is that what I said? Excluding any cambium that's outside of the actual flat surface of the wood. I'm trying to draw a picture here of what I'm visualizing. Can you see kind of that shape? So it might be 24 inches, it might be 28 inches, you know, I don't know, because the wood is variable by about 18 inches tall. I think I could easily get all that is. But the name Stephanie and the word appointment and licensed massage therapist is, I'd rather do licensed massage therapist than massage therapy, just for the professionalism of it and the clarity of it. But if I need to go with massage therapy, I will. It's totally, if I need to go 12 by 18, I'll do that. But the intent of it is so that people can see.
Do we need to get the dimensions into the motion, or can we just say as discussed?
Yeah, I think you can even, if you guys want, do a maximum or something like that, or a minimum, or, you know, it doesn't have to be maybe exactly 24 by 18, but you could say like not to exceed 36 by 20 or something, just to give for some wiggle room, but it's up to the commission.
So we could, for more clarification, say wording on signage not to exceed 18 by 24, and then give her a little bit of leeway on terms of the wood exterior, I guess.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Thank you.
Sure. So just to give a little history around it, and happy to have the conversation. So typically a home occupation does not allow for signage. Granted, in the state land use ag district, you can't, there's no provision for a home occupation, thus having to come through the special permit process. When we're looking at the application, we were looking at it somewhat based off this home occupation, which again would be no signage. And I thought it would be important to have some signage there, not so much from an advertising perspective, but again, from a wayfinding side of it. So if someone's driving down the road, they know where they're going to go. I'm not opposed to, the amendment. I think it might want to qualify it though with it being set back, because that's part of the request, is that it's not going to be right up front. It's going to be set back. So I would recommend that there's some clarification on that of how far back you're going to want to set it, and then to not exceed the dimensions that you folks are feeling. That would be super good with me. It makes sense, and I don't have an issue with the hours as well. So happy to talk more and answer any questions.
Jessica, would it be possible for you to pull up the slides of the gate area?
Sure, just give us a minute here. The front of the,
Yeah.
here you go.
So, what we visualize is when people are coming in, they're coming from this direction. So to put it over here would be as visible. In this section right here, it closes here, it would be in this area right here. I might have to take.
Ms. Beth, I can point to the slide if you want to speak into the microphone.
So if you see the little laser thing, the area in that direction, you can visualize the gate closed. It would be just beyond that. The terrain drops down there, so we would have to do it right around those tea leaves to the right. I'm going to probably, or really have to cut back those tea leaves and keep them well manicured. Maybe put some monstera or something there. But that's the general area. And I think that if it's, I like that not to exceed 20 by 36 gives a lot of leeway. And we'll try to minimize it.
Could you estimate how far back that is from?
From Mohole Road, that's about what, 30, 35 feet back?
I believe the gates in the set about 45 to 47 feet.
I was
30
gonna-
feet.
Yeah, I was gonna get that measurement, I spaced it, so.
I can advance to where you can see the gravel of Mohole Road here. Unfortunately, I don't have an image that shows exactly where we were just looking, but you can see that's probably at least a distance of 15 to 20 feet there, and the monstera would be kind of set back even further. Sorry, where the TVs were, those sign locations.
So Commissioner Lynn, would you like to amend your motion to include those specifics?
Yes, I would like to amend the motion to include the dimensions of the sign as discussed. And if okay with other commissioners, we do it as 18 by 24 for the lettering with additional maybe 3 inches or so for the, I think 3 inches would be fine for the exterior.
Around?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's where, let's do it.
So it shall not exceed those dimensions. 18 by 24 inches with 3 inches additional for the wooden portion.
And would you consider adding in no closer to the road than the existing gate?
Yeah, I'm agreeable with that. So putting it in as, could you the wording again?
Yeah, the signage shall be located no closer to the roadway. Should be located no closer than the existing gate.
No
That's
closer
gonna
than the
come out
existing.
quite right.
The sign should be-
Jessica, we'll get it squared.
Okay. Thank you.
I need a second for that. Commissioner Alvarado, would you really second that?
I second that.
Thank you. Okay, we need to take a quick 5-minute recess. We'll be back. We need to stay in recess for a little longer, and sort some things out.
Well, you know, you could, I don't realize they said it, but yeah.
Tracy, I think we're coming back shortly. No, we're set to go. Tracy, just to confirm, we're back up and recording?
Yes, I apologize. I didn't stop the recording. Did you want me to stop it? Sorry.
Okay, let's call this meeting back into session. We are going to table item number 1 on the agenda until later in this meeting, and we will work through the rest of the agenda items. So item number 2 was Mata and Sons Incorporated has, the applicant has requested to defer this item until a later meeting. The next item on the agenda is Planning Director's Report. This is a report on special management area determinations, minor permits, and enforcement actions issued by the Planning Director, which the May logs will be mailed to the commissioners on June 1st. Staff, do you have anything to report in addition to the logs we've received?
No, just the logs that you have, and if you have any questions on any particular SMA information that's reported, we're happy to address them.
Commissioners, do you have any questions on the SMA logs? Hearing none, we will move on to our next agenda item, which is elections of officers. Our former chair, Jean Al, had to step off the commission and resigned, and so we need to elect officers for the remainder of 2022. Maria, would you like to provide us with a brief overview?
Sure. So the first nominations will be for chair. And then you can either self-nominate or you can nominate somebody else in the commission. There's more than one nomination. When we vote, we will do, basically say the commissioner's name. There's only one nomination, we'll just do a voice vote again. Okay, but I'll open nominations for the chair, position of chair.
I nominate myself.
I'll second that nomination.
All right, any further nominations? Motion to close nominations.
So moved.
For a second? All right. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So this is for the election of the chair for the remainder of 2022, Commissioner Lynn.
Aye.
Commissioner Galimba,
Aye.
Commissioner Aguinaldo,
Aye.
Commissioner Belov, Commissioner Daniele.
Aye.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Motion carries with 5 aye votes. So I think that'll start the next meeting. I don't think you shift over right now.
He's ready to have the
So I think that's it then, because we just had the one position open and
Yeah.
okay, great, thank you, congratulations.
The next agenda item is agenda items for the next meeting. Do we have any items for our next meeting?
So I believe we have now with Yamada moving to July, I believe we have 4 agenda items on the July meeting. So yeah, I don't know offhand what they are, who they are, but I believe it's 4.
Commissioners, are there any requests for a future agenda? Okay, so we are going to go back into recess while we work on the procedure. Item number 1. Okay, we will come back at 10:30.
I'll be Okay, Tracy, I think we're coming back now. Tracy, are we up and running again?
Yes, you are.
I'd like to call this meeting back into session, and I will be reopening for testifiers. I'd like to call first two testifiers up, Mark Bath and Mrs. Garza. Please come up to the table here. Please try to summarize your testimony within 3 minutes and not be repetitive. If you have submitted written testimony, please do not simply reread it, but supplement or update your written testimony. Staff will notify you at 1 minute left and when 3 minutes is up. After your testimony, the commissioners may have questions for you. Okay, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth on this matter now before the planning commission? Please begin your testimony with your name and the town you live in and speak clearly into the microphone. Mark, you can start first.
My name is Mark Bath. I live in Winemakers, West Kurdistan. This is affecting my business. I raise livestock. I run cattle and sheep and raise poultry. And I've been told multiple times that our livestock are affecting people's businesses. And it's kind of hard to do what the ag land says you're supposed to do. And I know that they say that there's right to farm laws, but my right to farm laws are in violation because of guardian dogs being teased, people laying on their horns, extra traffic, do not need. Our roads suck. And we need to have people that are more like educated about agriculture, land, and livestock, and to understand what they are doing to hurt us and our businesses. And it's kind of hard to do what we need to do by law if we get harassed. And I have had death threats from the neighbors because we share the same last name, and other people do not want this thing here. So they go after me. So I'm not too sure what point I should do. Cops don't want to do anything because it's a family matter. So that's all I can say for now.
Thank you for your testimony. Commissioners, do you have any questions? Felix, would you like to?
Hi, my name is Felix Garza. My big complaint is the traffic, is people walking the road. I do have to own a cow I bought, it was a rescue cow. It's tied to a tree or up on a post to the road. She broke loose off the road when the horn was blaring. She ran into a pasture and was not the same for a couple of days. She was killing, frightened, not the same cow I had. It took me 8 months to calm the train, calm the cow down, to get her to come to me, or I would come to her. But we was into the happened, The cow was in the shade for a couple of days. It wouldn't come to me, I couldn't walk it through the tree time. We had to run rain for a couple of days. It wouldn't come to like the hands. That's my thing.
Thank you. Commissioners, any questions for the testifier? Thank you very much. I'd like to call the next testifier, Labatt. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth on this matter now before the planning commission? Please begin your testimony with your name and the town you live in and speak clearly into the microphone.
My name is Philip Batt. I live in Hawaiian Acres or Curtistown, I guess. I've been there 40 years. I've had to sell my home due to their harassment over the past years, and I have a commercial pig farm on the other side of them. I've got a letter from the planning department, soil and water conservation, consider it the first pollution-free pig farm in the state of Hawaii because there's no lagoon. It's all composted out. The permit is for over 200 pigs. And I've sold to Sack and Save before they went out of business. Foodland in K.O. Excuse me, that was Sure Save business. Foodland in K.O. Palama Market, Pahoa, and Sack and Save. So I am a commercial pig farm. Have got my first animals in '83. And the piggery is maybe 200, 250 feet from her house. And you know that livestock has some smell. It is ag property. It's, say it's been there for years. She's complained over and over again about animals because she don't like us killing and eating meat, being vegetarians they are. And so I've had problems with them for years. They are family. But, you know, it's ag property. The road is unpaved from the corner in, and the more traffic we get, the worse the road gets. And they don't really work on that road very much at all. Occasionally, someone will do a little something, but the road is fairly bad. You've got to kind of work your way around the rocks and the pits to get a car in there. And the more traffic that's brought in, the worse the road's gonna be. I think a business like this would be better in town and commercial property. A hotel that would let them do such a thing, or anywhere but in a ag property. I would hate to see, I mean, Ainaloa is quarter acre ag. They're not bothering Ainaloa. She calls it residential ag and has tried to get it rezoned several times. I would like to see the right to farm law supported and continue it to be ag property with ag uses. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony. Commissioners, any questions for our testifiers? Thank you. So, let's, commissioners, any motion to close the public testimony again? Do that.
So move.
Okay.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Lynn and seconded by Commissioner Aguinaldo to close the public testimony. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Public testimony is closed. Okay, so we will get back to where we left off with the motion on the floor. Do you have any discussion of that motion? Go ahead. Thanks, Jessica.
Should we restate the motion?
Yes, please.
Okay, the motion was proposed or moved by Commissioner Lynn, and seconded by Commissioner Aguinaldo as follows. A motion to approve the special permit application with amendments from the applicant as proposed, with a further amendment to limit the dimensions of the sign to not exceed 24 inches by 18 inches, with an additional 3 inches for a border on all sides. And the sign shall be located no closer to Moho Road than the existing entry gate to the subject property.
Commissioners, any discussion on the motion?
No.
Hearing no discussion. For a roll call vote.
Thank you. Commissioner Lynn,
Aye.
Commissioner Aguinaldo,
Aye.
Commissioner Vela. Aye. Commissioner Daniel,
Aye.
and Vice Chair Lynn.
Aye.
The motion passes 5-0.
And you'll be notified in writing of the decision. Okay, thank you. Okay, we will move on to our last agenda item, announcements. The Windward Planning Commission's next monthly meeting is scheduled for Thursday, July 7th, 2022 at the County of Hawaii's Alpini Center Conference Room, and the public may provide verbal testimony by interactive video conference via Zoom or at the physical location. Staff, any updates?
No, that's it. We'll see you next month.
Okay, adjournment. If there's no further business, may I hear a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Aguinaldo and seconded by Commissioner Lynn that the meeting be adjourned. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? This meeting is adjourned at 10:43 a.m.